I became an officer through the Officer Candidate School. In this video, I will not be talking about the OCS pathway. However, if this video gets enough attention and engagement, I will consider making a video like that. So if you want to see a video like that, make sure you engage with this video, and in some other video, I will be covering my OCS journey and how to actually make it happen if you're considering OCS. But for now, let's get into the video. The last time I was on this channel was almost 3 years ago, and I was a hungry specialist who was just dismissed from the promotion board. It's okay. There's no shame in the game, especially if you're a competitive player. So permit me to reintroduce myself to you today. You ready? Lieutenant Adebayo! I know, right? I'll give you 5 seconds to celebrate. Let's go. In today's video, I will be going through my main reasons why I made the switch from non-commissioned to commissioned officer, and maybe why you should consider making the switch as well. All right, I have my iPad, so you know it's about to go down. This is about to be a very informative and wonderful video, and you do not want to miss any part of this. The first reason why I decided to make that switch from a non-commissioned to a commissioned officer is because that was what made sense for my future, and maybe it might make sense for your future. Number one, let's talk about the pay, okay? All right, so my pay as almost 6 years in lieutenant, a second lieutenant, is the same as the pay of a sergeant first class who's been in for 12 years. So think about that, 6 years, 12 years. That's basically double the time. You get me? Of course, this is not going to be the situation for every lieutenant who just joined the Army. As I said, like 6 years in, because I do have a prior enlisted time on my side. Let's celebrate grace, shall we? If you know one thing, it's that the Army really doesn't pay a lot. However, the Army has wonderful benefits that you can take advantage of. And honestly, in reality, when you take advantage of the benefits, it kind of evens out. So let's talk about like the housing, the health, the school benefits, all of those stuff kind of adds on. So if you're not taking advantage of the benefits, technically the Army is not paying you enough, right? So as a second lieutenant who has been in the Army for almost 6 years, the pay is equals to that of a sergeant first class who's been in the Army for 12 years. That is a no-brainer. If we're talking about the pay, that's a big check mark right there. The second thing I considered in regards to what made sense in my future was a career pathway. Let me break that down to you. As an enlisted, it might take me about 8 to about 22 years to become a first sergeant. Meanwhile, being on the officer side will enable me to accomplish more within a short period of time. And I like that. It was honestly a no-brainer for me. The third part of what made sense for my future was just my personal needs. I like to stay intellectually driven, and I noticed that in my time as an enlisted, I was always being told what to do. It's almost as if the Army thinks for you, like it is formed up that way for the Army to think for you, tell you exactly what to do. After a while, you will realize that you're becoming numb because you're just waiting for someone to tell you what to do. And if you continue like that, especially for someone like me, I just couldn't continue like that. I needed to get ahead of the curve. I needed something to actually push me, to drive me to be better than what I was at that point in time. An officer was kind of like the big deal, you know? As an enlisted soldier, especially in the early years of being an enlisted soldier, you're encouraged to listen and just act. They tell you what to do and you act. As an officer, on the other hand, you're encouraged to have initiative. Take initiative because that is what is required in a good officer. You have to be able to think for yourself. You have to be able to take advice from those who are around you, like the senior enlisted, and you have to be able to achieve results. In order for you to actually achieve results, you have to think more. And that was really good for me because especially when you consider in the early years of your life, you only have just enough time to get things done. So you want to make sure that you're using those time appropriately. And that was what I did. I want to think more. I want to be like on the go. I want to be sharp while I'm still young, while I have time on my side. Because let's be realistic, a time will come when like I wouldn't find like pleasure in like the go-getter. Let's go. There'll be that time, but not now. For now, I'm ready and I'm going and we're moving and we're striving. All right. The second reason is to fulfill a dream. If we want to be honest with ourselves, sometimes we start a journey with a dream and somewhere along the line, it just fades away because of the sameness of every day. When I joined the Army, I actually wanted to be an officer. However, at the time, I wasn't a citizen and I didn't have my bachelor's degree. So for that to happen, for me to actually become an officer, I needed to become a citizen and have my bachelor's degree. Joining the Army gave me my citizenship, as you would know in one of my previous videos if you were here before. And now, after I joined the Army, one of the first things I did was literally chase after that degree. Man, I told you, I chased after that degree. I was literally at my first duty station and I was taking classes towards my degree. So it is very important not to lose sight of why you started something in the first place. So that was my personal dream. And honestly, at some point, I wanted to just keep like, okay, let's just keep going, the sameness of every day. And trust me, if not anything, the Army will get you so comfortable that you don't feel like you have to reach for the next big thing. But that is a trap. Don't fall for it, because guess what? There are people who are reaching for the next big thing and making it happen. Now, that is the part of my dream. My dad also had this dream where he had to like salute me. And as you would see in one of the pictures that I did post up, he actually came for my graduation and he finally fulfilled that dream when he gave me that salute. Honestly, I could just tell that was like a turning point for him right there. Hey, dreams do happen. You just have to chase it. You have to go after it. Do not get comfortable once you join the Army. Remember why you joined in the first place and make it happen. And even if it wasn't the reason why you joined, remember the dreams you begin to have as you go through and make sure you're ticking all those boxes. Because I promise you, the Army will give you everything that you need in order for you to achieve. But you have to be like stubborn and actually go after it. If not, it's really not going to come. Bonus reason why I made the transition to become a commissioned officer is honestly because I could. And so can you. Y'all, this is the end of today's video. Honestly, it does feel surreal to be back on this channel and to be releasing content. And all I can just say is delay is not denial. Until next time, enjoy yourself. And remember, go chase your dreams. No one else is going to do it for you. You got this. Let's go.